Alright, I'm doing something a little bit different than I usually would. I've been on a break from competitive TF2 for like the past season, and I never uploaded any playoff games of last season when I was in Maine. So sorry for not keeping you in the loop. I got fourth place. It's not that bad. And I decided to sub for the team that I lost to, and then that team died when they won in advanced. But so to keep me in the loop, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna be able to play as much competitive as I want to anymore. I'm gonna do map topics. I'm gonna do map talks. Uh, and the first one I'm gonna do is Swiftwater, because it's my favorite map, and I want to start with my favorites first before I get into the ones that I hate, like product or something. So, enough out of the way. Let's get on to the map topic. I guess I'll start off with defense because I can, and you can't stop me. So, yeah, Swiftwater is a goofy little map. There's nothing really to do on Swiftwater, at least for a medic purpose. It's honestly pretty chill. It's honestly pretty chill what you can do with medic on this map. You don't really have to move around as much. You can just sit in one spot usually on each hold, and you should be fine. So, with that out of the way, let's get started. So, first off, when you roll out on defense and do all this, you're gonna have to set up crit sticky. So you do that with your demo, run back to spawn with your scout, equip medi gun, and then come back over here. You should, if you make it early, which if you play your cards right and you get on your scout as quickly as possible and leave and then come back as quick as you can, you should have the ability to go and buff your players that are out here. So when you do that, your heavy should be somewhere here. If not, you'll be in house or something like that. But anyone in this vicinity here that needs healing, give it to them. It should be mainly your heavies somewhere here, your soldiers on the roof somewhere here, and your demo and sniper somewhere here as well. That's usually how it goes. And your pyro as well. And your NG should be somewhere in here. Also with your sniper if he needs to. So you should have at least 10 seconds to get everyone buffed before the timer goes down to 0 and the round starts. So, do it quickly, and then get out of here and position yourself around here. There should be a dispenser with you, there should be your NG with you, and there should be at least a pyro or sniper with you while you're in this spot. Maybe your demo comes in here too, and if anyone needs healing, they'll come to you. They'll come to you. So just sit tight and just try not to die, because if that's pretty embarrassing if you die somewhere here. But if you do die, it's not your fault, of course, because some things can happen. But I'm just saying it's really stupid if you die here. But anyways, in terms of other things to do besides sit here and wait for your team to tell you to leave, there's a few things that you can do. One is buff your players. Your sniper most importantly, because winning the SVS here is really important, because it just wastes time. It just wastes time, and it's good for your team. If your sniper can win the most SVSs in first, it's going to be a lot harder for them, and you get to basically hold for a few more minutes than you possibly could. When the sniper's dead, you have the opportunity to walk out. Make sure it's safe and make sure no one's going out for a sack. They shouldn't, because your sniper's dead, but just in case they do, proceed with caution. But you can come back out for at least 10 seconds and buff your players. Make sure they get all healed before the sniper comes back, and you can come back into your little hidey spot with these little circle things or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much all you really need to do for first defense. It's just you sitting around, waiting for something to happen, and when something does happen, you basically just get your team to recuperate for the next thing that happens. Oh, and one last thing, the last thing that I should say is, watch out for spy time. Call out, like, I don't know, I go off a hunch, because I just know sometimes it's like I have a spider sense in me, kinda. But count out, like, 15, 10 seconds. That should be when the spy reaches here in this house, and around that time the spy should also be somewhere here on this fence or somewhere here, waiting to stab your sniper. So if you have the chance and your pyro isn't doing it, if your pyro doesn't call spy time for whatever reason, you can call spy time. Just be aware that spy is around here. Check your back as well if you're in here. Like, heal your players, check your back over here. That's where spies like to decloak and get something stupid off of you. Just keep in mind of spy. That's all I can really say. Nothing can really hurt you here. Just keep in mind of spy while everything else is happening. So your team holds, and they hold for a while, and the cart gets somewhere up to there. And your team asks you to leave. You're going to go out here, and you're going to leave through this spot, and then out here. And as you're doing that, one of the best things that I can say for any medic is to spin around as you do, because it makes you have a 360-degree angle around you. You can see over there, you can see anywhere. You can see anywhere. It makes you more aware of spies and aware of any bombers that could come at any time, just in case. I don't know exactly where bombers would come, but they could, and you just would never know. So, you spin around, and you get into here. This is where you hold. You get into this apartments, and you hold. This should be open, but whatever, I don't have commands, and I don't know how to use them. So, there are two places to hold. Your default holds down, your default spot's down here, in this little cubby. This little, not a cubby, under the stairs, because it makes it so that these guys, if they try and spam you, they can't hit you. They just miss nothing, and you're perfectly safe. Your pyro should be somewhere here, or somewhere here. Your sniper should also be somewhere there, maybe back here. Keep those guys buffed. Your heavy should be there as well. I think I said heavy. Keep those guys buffed. Same for your demo. You should be up here. Just keep your players buffed while you're down here. They can come to you, and you can peek your head out for like a few seconds to keep your team alive. Just make sure not to get hit by too much spam, because that could danger your survivability. Your second holds here. If you want to, but I don't recommend it if sniper's up, because he can peek this banana, and he can shoot your head off. So your default holds here, because it can watch spy here, and you're safer, and it can watch heavy in case spy decloaks there, and you can hold here as well. Just in case sniper's dead and you want to be with your combo a little bit more, and you have the opportunity to just be more active with your team, which is, albeit very hard on Swiftwater, because you're just stagnant the entire time. Watch out for spies. I said spy as well. It's important to watch. I said all the spots a little while ago. But yeah, just keep in mind of everything that's happening just around you. Ubers. Many exchanges happen through here and also there. I'll get down to here in a bit, but I'm going to talk about this apartment's Uber first, because it's really important. I advise you to put on closed captions for anyone that is trying it out, because when a medic uses, you can actually see Uber used on the side of the corner, and you can just immediately use and be ready for the exchange whenever it happens. Watch out for sacks. Some teams like to, before they use, they like to just walk in and then force you with a lot of pressure. So keep that in mind. If you get forced, don't worry about it. That should be your team's thing. Just watching out for that sack. It's unexpected, but they should at least look out for that, because that's really, really, really important. But yeah, Ubers come in. It's usually like a demo pyro Uber. Pyro's usually going to get more out of an offensive Uber, so just Uber your pyro and let them get out of here. And if anyone's taking spam, like your demo or your heavy, flash them. If you don't, it's fine. Stuff can happen. Mostly it's just keeping the hold from staying. So if someone dies, it's okay. You just gotta be, the team's just gotta be more weary. But try not to drop any of your players, because it's really important that everyone stays up. Uh, this tunnel. Some teams, at least most in the high level, like to Uber through this tunnel. Um, how do you know when the team is gonna Uber through this side? Don't worry, your spy should tell you. And when your spy tells you, you drop with your demo and your pyro, and you sit right here on this little bush, area. And if they use it, you just meet for the exchange on the Uber, and that's it. And once the Uber is over, the exchanges happen, you go back here, and when your spy says they're rotating back to apartments, you just go back to apartments. That's pretty much it. Now, if your team's losing, and they're about to cap the point, and you couldn't hold, there are 3 ways to get out, and I think you see the 3 options. 1, 2, and 3. This one's not that good. You're most likely going to get seen and die before you even get out. So, 2 are risky, or at least, I guess all of them are risky, but this one's risky, and these 2 are better. But the opportunity to get this is risky. So most of the time, you're just going to have to take the risky option and run away. The first one is going through this window before they cap. Because you could get bombed at any moment, you could get sandwiched in, and you just die. So the best opportunity is to get out right now. So all you have to do is just come out here and then strafe down, and then you're at the next point. You're not going to get that much. It's going to be like really awkward trying to get out of the situation, but it's the best way. If you just do a really hard strafe, you should be there in like half a second flat. There are 2 other options that are a lot safer, but you have to kind of like wait. So if they cap and you haven't gone out of this window, it's best to just go through this one. This one's a lot riskier because it's right next to their apartments, so it's a lot riskier. So I suggest you go through Red Room before you do anything, because if you go through... Is the door open here? No, the door's not open here. But yeah, this connects Red Room to apartments. Let me just show you really quickly. This door's closed too. But yeah, it's connected here through Red Room. So if you have the chance and they capped and you're still up there, just go through here. That's pretty much it. You can also go through here if they somehow block Red Room before you can escape. Like if you see them running towards that area, you can try going through Einstein. I think that's what it's called. Boiler. Sorry, Boiler. You can go through there, and you'll be just fine. Okay, third. This is really hard to do, at least for your team. There are 2 types of holds, technically 3. But the main thing you gotta know is that there's an under hold, and there's a upper hold. And there's also a passive hold back here, depending on the situation. The underhold's the main one, I would say. You get to sit right here. There should be a dispenser here by your NG, and you just buff all your players. That's pretty much it. You just look here, watch anyone coming through tunnel, and just keep watching for spies. They go over here and watch spy in this corner as well. Maybe over here, if the spy wants to, like, get funny, you could also go here. But just buff your players, keep them buffed, get that Uber going, because it's really important to get Uber, because exchanges on this map are really, really stupid. But yeah, just keep your players buffed here and just keep them alive. Somewhat of the same thing. If they're aggressing and you just can't get any space, or if they're pressuring hard and they're about to cap, you can play passive here, just through this doorway, right next to the door. So when they cap, you can just immediately get out and be safe. So yeah, same thing, just buff your players here and keep them buff, and watch Spy in this little corner because he likes to be here, and watch Spy here just in case he wants to go for like a stair stab. The only thing that really pressures you here is Spy. Pretty much. Your team should, some players on your team should be watching upper here as you're lower, so if they do it right, you should be fine and you should be alive. The more unpopular, but I think more successful than all the other holds. It's really hard to set up, which is why many teams don't use it, because it just takes a lot of time, is this upper hold. There's a dispenser here, your NG has his stuff all set up around here, and you just sit here, buff your players, and buff your players that go into red room, and your soldier should be somewhere in boiler, and every other time you just need to peek out and arrow him here anytime he asks. And it's just easy, you just do that, and that's it. Just watch out for sniper and watch out for bombs. That's the only thing that can really pressure you here, and as well as spy. But if he goes through here, but your team should keep watch of that, as well as yourself calling for spy time, or someone calling for spy time. I like to call it spy time, but that's not the point. The point is, it's a really aggressive hold. It takes a long time, but it's the best hold. But it takes a lot of time, so no one does it. But anyways, just watch out for sniper in boiler, because if you try and arrow your soldier and he's a meanie head and doesn't clear out boiler before you arrow, you can just get sniped and die. But trust your soldier. Trust your soldier. If you just do it quickly, he shouldn't be able to snipe you in the head. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Ubers the red room are usually what happens. Sometimes teams like to Uber through boiler, but I don't know. I've seen it happen once, and it's not that good. So it's mostly just red room. If you're upper, it's simple. You just walk in and use Uber and flash your pyro, and just get him out of there. Boom, exchange done. Same thing here. They just drop from window, usually, and they come in and use. And you just have to save and flash as many players as you can, and make sure that they recuperate before pushing again, making sure that they don't gain space again. That's pretty much it. And if you have Uber here, I guess you could Uber exchange, but if your team doesn't have space, they could all just leave and you basically milk it. No one does that, but I'm just saying, it's theory. You could technically just get everyone to leave quickly, and then you just milk the Uber, and then just use back in. I've never seen a team try it, though, but it's just theory. But yeah, mostly it's just they Uber through this window, and usually they'll just come down here, and then you'll have to get forced and use. And if you're up here, then you can just stuff everyone out. That's usually how it works. You leave through here. Why the hell would you leave over there? Just leave through this door here. That's pretty much it. Third point. I love third point. This is my favorite point. Oh no, this is fourth. Sorry, fourth point. Yippee! I love fourth. This is my favorite spot to be, because it's hyperactive, and although there's technically not much to do, it's also really, really fun to just be on this map, on this spot specifically. There's three spots to be. One of them's here. There should be a dispenser here with your NG, and you just heal your players. That's it. And make sure soldier doesn't bomb you. So in that case, I like to just peek up like this, and just watch for soldier bombs. And I just do that every once in a while, and then come back and heal my players, and then boom, come back, watch for bombs, heal my players, and I just keep doing that over and over again until something happens. Just make sure not to peek out too far to the right, because sniper can be in garage. So just make sure not to be here, and don't be too far to the left, because although it doesn't look like it, this is a sniper spot. He can shoot right through that little pocket down there. There's a little spot in this room on the left. There's like on that door on the left. You see that little door on the left? There's stairs over there, and the sniper can shoot you from there. So not too much to the left, not too much to the right. Just stay in the middle so that sniper can't shoot you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But that's if you have the point and everything's up and going. You're at a huge advantage when you're in this position because these players here, they have to take the long run up all the way up here, which has to make them like use Uber or something, or they just get mauled down. When you're in this position, just watch out for this head glitch. Heavies like to stand here, so if that happens, just run away. If you just see the heavy there, just run away. And if you can't get your heavy to somehow stop this guy, just run away. That's pretty much it. But this hold here, it's pretty Gucci. Just watch out for spies that like to decloak here. Watch out spy, watch on sentry that likes to be here. Just be alert when no one else really is, because spy and soldier, but they're like the only things that can really harm you here. So spy more than soldier, I guess. But yeah, just watch out for sax, watch out for spy, and you should be fine here. And make sure to just move around here. The second, technically third hold is down here. If you don't have enough space, or you're just low or something, you can sit here. And even on anti-sac, if you want to be anti-sac, you can just sit here, so you can instantly get out and your team's here. If you don't have the space, you can just be right here buffing your players while being in a safe spot. That's pretty much how this little thing is here. And I guess, yeah, if you have no space and they're up here, then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the third hold, if they get up here, it's basically just here. You can't really do anything else. You're just gonna have to leave. But if you wanna somehow try and stay, you can stay there. But best is just your team leaving. So that's pretty much it with that. Overall, stay here. Watch out for spies. Make sure to watch for bombs by just peeking out like this every once in a while. It'll help you as much as it helps yourself. Make sure not to jump, because if you jump, there's a little sliver of that sniper spawn on the top left that can see you. I know it's kind of a habit, but just don't do it. Uber exchange is the only real Uber exchange that you can really do is through here. And they have to use early, so you're at the advantage, almost instantaneous. So you can just use it and stuff them out. And that's pretty much it. It's really, 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 really hard to push this, to push forth. At least in my opinion. So, take advantage of the amount of time the medic has to either milk and risk his life or use straight away. And then you can potentially milk it and then go in. Or just use automatically, because it doesn't matter. That's pretty much it. Last. When you leave, you can try and leave through here. But it's also good if you just get there automatically. Doesn't really matter. Any way works. It just depends on where your team goes. And if your team goes anyway, you just follow them. That's pretty much it. Your best holds when it comes to where you should be, there's 3 spots. One of them's here in this little corner. Another one's here in this little corner. And another one's here on these stairs. It all depends on what the other team is doing. Here's pretty good. It doesn't give you much like visibility around you, like what's happening here. You can watch paint can and you can see through the window, so that's pretty good. And you can heal your heavy here, so that's pretty good. And you can buff your players all around and they'll be really, really, really close to you, so that's pretty good. But it doesn't give you quite as much visibility as you should. So the best place to stand is right here. You can see here. You can watch here as well, in Red Room, and see what happens there. And you can watch Paint Can, so you can immediately react. So here's better, but if you need somewhere to protect yourself more and be more on the defensive, here's good. But this is the default. This is the default all the time. And your NG and sniper should be here some of the time. But, yeah, that's basically it. Just heal your players. And, oh, and the best thing here is if you stand here and the cart's all the way up here, you can tank your heavy. This is when you'd have to play on the defensive. This is where you'd have to be. If the cart's like really, really close, that's where you'd have to be, just to heal your heavy. The only place that I can really say that's also defensive-ish, like, with this, is if sniper's in paint can, just move here and be in this little spot tucked away. He can't peek you. He can't see you here. So if someone says sniper paint can, you just quickly boop, bop, bang, and you're here. Bombs don't really happen because the sentry's here and they need to get that down. So the only thing that you really need to look at are Uber exchanges and SPY. SPY is really, really dangerous on this last point because simply you can just kill the NG and then the sentry goes down and then the soldier can do a bomb and then the entire hold falls apart and then you're just trapped with aggression. So make sure to watch for SPIES for you and your teammates. Watch out for SPY. Just always watch out for SPY. I can't... Everyone says that SPY is the worst class in the game. No, SPY is really, really, really important. And SPY is a really good class. No one knows what they're talking about. Anyways, Uber exchanges are usually through this red room here, or through paint can here, in this window or that window. If it's here, it should be easy. Just see it coming and use on your pyro, and your pyro should stuff out. If they somehow get through, pyro can just easily air blast them through this pit, so they don't have that much space to really Uber through here. So that's pretty much it for red room. Paint can's a lot different, because then you'd actually have to run up and meet them if you see them. They drop down and then what the fuck? They drop down and they use in and they have all this space instead of just being in a little hidey hole corner over there. That's when the exchange happens, and the best thing to do is to just again Uber your pyro. And your pyro goes to work. But if you also can, flash your NG. Because your NG needs to live. If you see your NG low, flash that guy. Make sure he lives so we can set up his sentry after the Uber push is done. Make sure your NG doesn't die. And also make sure your demo doesn't die. Those two are really important. Especially on last, make sure your NG doesn't die. Your NG's really, really oppressive on last and can make your team hold for a lot longer than they should. And also, if you want to, you can also Uber on the cart and then waste 8 seconds of their time and then they cap. You can do that. It's not recommended, but if you have like no time, all your team's dead and no one's looking at the cart, you can just Uber in and waste 8 seconds of their time. It's perfect. Alright. Now to blue. Again, there's not really much to do on offense except just sit around waiting for something to happen. So, on first, your team's going to usually go for a ton of sacks and all that. So buff your heavy, buff your demo, buff your soldier, and buff your sniper as well, and buff your pyro too if he wants to go in as well, I guess. And they all go in and they go sack for their sentry and whatever. You're sitting right here on this window looking. You're looking for anything. Looking at this house to make sure no one's in that house and that window spot over there. Make sure SPY doesn't decloak on point or on cart and you can see it happen before your team does and you can call it out. But yeah, you're just sitting here giving buffs with full Uber on the way. You don't really do anything. This is just your team's job to push forward. That's pretty much it. I'll go straight to second. Someone has to take you out. This is something that I'll have to say a lot when I'm going over payload. Excuse me. But usually your pyro comes out and brings you out, and then you go. Just to make sure that it is your pyro, you can like peek out and then say, "Is this you?" And if it replies yes, then you can go out. If it's not, then it's a spy. Don't get tricked by that. I did once, and I was really embarrassed. Make sure that it's your player and not a spy, because that would be really, really bad if you dropped and you had to waste 55 more seconds of your time trying to build that Uber again. So, yeah. Your pyro brings you out. You don't go through here. That's a death sentence. The best place to go is through the water here and spin around watching for spies, and then you get here. It's really good because if the sniper is gone, or if the sniper's still there, you can still make it over without getting spotted, unless he's there and he gets you out. But your team should clear out cave while you're moving, or before you move out of spawn, I guess. They need to clear this out. So, yeah, here's better, just in case you get hit with a sniper sight line. And watch out for spy as well. Make sure you're moving, you're always spinning around in a circle. And yeah, you come to apartments. When you're in apartments, I wish I could go in there, but I can't. Your team has two options. I'm gonna just talk while I'm at it. So your team has two options. They can either sack in and then use in afterwards, or they can just Uber in right away. Technically three options with that first option. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I already talked about it before. Your team can sack in and you go in like that. And then you just Uber through and then kill a bunch of people, and that's pretty much it. What you can do is sometimes if you get like a sack or they have decided, you can go into cave like so, and then you can sit here, and when your demo tells you to use, you use in, and then you get the sentry down and just get a bunch of space, and maybe even bomb rush apartments after you clear everything out for the fact and push everything else out. But I don't know. There is a very unviable but yet really cool option that you can do in tunnel. But it's a Hail Mary. A very, very, very big Hail Mary. And that's running crits at the start. Make sure to put crits on, like equip crits at 15 seconds so that your spy doesn't realize you have crits. But go crits, and when you're in cave, you can go around here as to not get hit by a sniper sight line, and you can just immediately use crits and launch a crit sticky into house and kill everyone. I don't recommend it though, because it is a Hail Mary option that no one should expect. It's unviable, sure, but it's pretty cool. Make sure you watch for spies all the time. I can't stress it enough. I sound schizophrenic saying that, but just as your team's doing stuff and before you use, just turn your back all the time. It's really important that you don't die. When your team's capping, make sure sniper's dead. If he's not dead, then you can stay in this little corner until he does, and until your team caps, and until he leaves. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Third. Most of the time you're standing here, but if you want to be a little bit more safer, you can be up here on this truck and heal your team. You got like a 360-degree view of here. And over here, your team can get buffs on this part here. If anyone's in boiler or wants to go in boiler, they can just come to you. And then you got here in red room. Then immediately you can just use into room, jump out the window, and your team agresses with you. Okay, fourth. This is the hard part. Because like I said before, this one's really hard. This one's really, really hard to push. Most of the time you're sitting here. You can't peek this. You're gonna die. The sniper's gonna be somewhere here. Not here. Out there. Back there. Most of the time. They could be here, but that's a rarity. Most of the time they'll just be out back. So, most of the time you're just buffing. And waiting for you to get Uber. Again, watch for spies. It's really important that you don't die something stupid. And most importantly, watch out for a sudden sack, because soldiers can walk in and just 1-2 tap you. So keep an eye out on the sky as you're doing your stuff. Just keep doing the stuff. Just watch the sky as you're doing it. It's really important that you don't die. Now when you're about to use, you got two options. You can do two things. You can use it immediately and waste 2 seconds, or hug the wall, then come out, then use. I like the second one more. You still have, like, a risk of getting shot in the head, depending on what a sniper is. The sniper can be here as well, sometimes. But yeah, you can just hug and risk it all, just to gain a few more space for your team. And so that you can, like, use and it not be as much of a liability. But the safe option is just to use it immediately and your team just goes in. Their main job isn't really to do anything. The main job is to really get this heavy into head glitch. And make sure to take out that sentry. But yeah, the main job is getting your heavy into here, so you can Uber your demo, and if you have enough time, you can Uber your heavy just to get them in that head glitch spot. And also Uber your pyro if needed as well. It should be demo pyro, but if you can get your heavy in the Uber as well, that's pretty good as well. It's not that bad. But yeah, once you get your stuff here, get your heavy there, you should be fine. And once you push, you can be more aggressive. You can sit here, and that's it. Just watch out for soldier sacks, and again, and I say again, with a lot of caution, watch for spy. Especially here, especially in that bush, and especially in this corner. Watch for spies. I know you're not Superman, and I know you could die to the spy, but please, watch for spy. It's really important. Okay. And watch out for soldier sacks. If soldiers in, you gotta be here. And if they're sacking in here, you gotta get out. Get the fuck out of here and go back. So yeah. Last. Your team wants to get into red room as quick as possible. But you also have to yourself do it as safe as possible. This is a sight line. Don't peek it. If a sniper's there, and you know a sniper's there, take the safe option. Go around, doing a 360 while you can. Make sure don't peek the sight line. Make sure you're as back as possible so you don't peek that sight line. Make sure he doesn't see you. Someone should open this door for you. It should be like your pyro or your scout or something. Just make sure that you get into red room. You can also go through here. Just watch the lamp. Soldiers like to go in this lamp. This is called the Danmar spot. I don't know if you heard of it, but you can sit on top of this lamp. So watch out for that. When you're here, it's most important that you don't peek the sight line. This is a sight line. Don't peek it. Position yourself here, or position yourself. Yeah, position yourself here. Or even better yet, position yourself here. You can Uber through here to catch them off guard, but you have to do it really quickly. And make sure to kill everyone. But most Ubers should come from paint can, because it gives you more space to push. This for more convenience. This if you want to do it super quickly. And if you have ad. Your team should be pushing the cart. As you're doing all of this pushing. And that's it. That's Swiftwater. If you like this map review thing and you want me to like give you a lot more tips and tricks on what to do on maps like this, like let me know. If I do, my next map will probably, I don't know, I might do Steel or something. I don't know. Or maybe a Koth map like Asheville. Something simple. Something simple, you know. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Catch you in the next map talk. Bye-bye.